everybody, here we are, day 9, the last day of our sourdough starter series, and our sourdough starter will be ready tomorrow to bake bread. So what we're going to do today is the same that we've been doing the last few days. We're going to weigh out 200 grams of our starter, 200 grams of our flour, 200 milliliters or grams of our distilled water. We're going to mix that together and let it stand, and it will be ready tomorrow. You're going to have to feed it, but let me explain after this what you're going to do. All right, so let's get started. What I want to do is put my tripod down here. Okay, we have got our kitchen scale. Now, I highly recommend you guys get one of these. They're not expensive. If you go by the cups, it's a little bit off, and I don't think it's quite as accurate. Okay, so we are on 0. Our units are on grams. We're going to tear it back to 0. And we are going to go ahead and mix our starter from yesterday. There it is. Looks good. Oh, it smells great. It smells like old beer, sour. We're just going to mix it up. We looked in there and we did a visual inspection, and no mold or anything that looked off, and it smells good. Okay, I'm going to make sure that's on 0. Sometimes my scale goes to 1, so if you see me messing with it, that's why. Okay, we're going to go ahead and pour out. Just did it again for some reason. Pour out 200 in here. I hope you guys tried the pancakes yesterday. Oh, they were so good. I'm going to go ahead and make more pancakes today and freeze them, so I'm not wasting the pour off or anything. Okay, we are at 200, and we do have a lot left. You see that in there? That's probably about a cup or so. So I'm going to make pancakes and put the rest in the fridge. Okay, now we're going to tear back to 0 again, and we are going to go ahead and add 200 grams rather, of flour. Let me get my funnel. Okay. Oops. Make sure you tear back if you put your funnel back on there, because it will give you a weight. And we're going to do 200 here. Almost there. There we go. Okay. Perfect. Okay, and now we're going to tear it back to 0 again. And we are going to add 200 milliliters or grams of lukewarm or room temperature water. I went ahead and warmed this up today, and I did take the temperature, and it's about 110. And to me, that feels like what you would have in a baby's bottle. If you were having a baby's bottle and just shaking it on your wrist, I don't know if mamas do that like we used to, but that's kind of how we could tell the temperature if it was good enough to go in our sweet baby's mouths. Oh, I miss those days. Anyway, here we go with this. We're going to go ahead and pour this in here. 200. I'm going to take this off. Make sure it's always on 0 when you start. And we're going to go 200. Okay, like I said, if you go over a little bit with the water, it's okay. I went over to 201, 202. Yeah, okay. Taking the scale away, and we are going to go ahead and mix this up. Making sure we don't, excuse me, boy, the pollen has really been getting me lately. I don't know about you guys, but I'm not complaining, because I'll tell you what, I am so glad that spring is here, that we have some leaves on the trees, the dogwoods are blooming, everything else is trying to come out. My apples, plums, cherries, they're all blooming, so I am happy. Now this is pretty thick today. going to scrape it off in there. All right. I'll put that in here. All righty. So we are just going to go ahead and put our lid on this. Put it back in our nice warm place where it's going to be at least 75 to 80 degrees. And again, for me, that is on my kitchen stove under the light. And I have a little plate there because it does kind of come over the side sometimes. And that will catch it and not make such a mess. Okay, now for tomorrow, we're going to bake bread. And what you're going to do tomorrow is you're going to feed your starter. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take out 200 grams again and feed it just like we did today. That what we have like right there will be what we're going to use for bread. Once it rises, and you're going to have to use it when it's at that point where it's a critical point where it's rising and all of the leavening and everything, and it's active. That's when you're going to use that in your bread. Now, with the pour off that we are going to have left from that is going to be our starter base that we have created for the last 9 days. That's going to go in your fridge. And you're just going to go ahead and put a lid on that. And now there are some people that think you need to feed it every week. I tell you, I look at mine once a month and then I feed it. But if I'm baking bread, and so I try to bake bread maybe once every 2 weeks, my starter's getting fed anyway. But if I'm not baking bread, I usually let it go a month before I feed it. And it has been just fine for the last 3.5 years that I've had this starter. So that's my experience and my opinion. Now, it's completely up to you. If you're afraid and you want to feed it every week, that's good. But maybe bake bread or muffins or something with it, pancakes, so you're not just going through bags of flour, because you're going to have tons and tons of discard then. Okay, yeah, that's just how I think, because you don't want to waste anything. Flour is expensive. I mean, this white lily right here is like $4.99 now. I remember, and it's not that long ago, this was 99 cents. And it wasn't 10 years ago. We're talking within the last 5 years. You could get a bag of flour for 99 cents. And you could also get sugar for 99 cents. It's just crazy. But anyway, enough of that. We'll see you tomorrow when we're going to bake bread in the morning. We're going to feed our starter first. And so that's going to be the exact same thing. But you guys, you have a great day. I hope you're enjoying the weather. I don't know where you are, but we have 83 degrees today and sunshine, and I am taking all of it in. See you soon. Bye.